Welcome back to Black Star Dove. Welcome back to my channel. As always, I need that HBO special, which means help a brother out. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Have over 800. Very grateful for that. Just trying to get some really good content and some thought-provoking type stuff. So this video today, I had to reshuffle some videos around. So if you were to watch some of my videos next week, you'll see that the stuff that I'm talking about will make sense for this week. But since we had a recent thing happen with DaBaby, I figured that he's always worth talking about. He's a good example. So recently, DaBaby got into a altercation. I'm just going to call it that. It wasn't a fight with Danny Lay's brother. It was an altercation. It was like someone got punched, and then they was in the bowling alley, and then they was like actual on the bowling lane, and people were like slipping and all that stuff. It kind of looked like a Saturday night cartoon, Saturday Night Live sketch. It's just crazy, man. Like, obviously, DaBaby needs to be held accountable for his actions, but he's also got to make sure that he's having proper security with him. It seems like we can never really, as a group, hold him accountable for some of the shit that he be doing. Everyone finds it funny. Like, it took another group to hold him accountable for him to like do something about his actions. But even then, as long as he's not doing nothing to nobody gay, no one cares. We don't police ourselves enough, so that's why other people police us, and I fully believe that. Whenever it comes to black people, we never band together and really take care of our own. It takes someone else to do that. Perfect example. Let's take the Jewish community. Nick Cannon, Whoopi Goldberg. They made disparaging remarks against the Jewish people, and they were held immediately to the fire by the Jewish community. For black people, we don't have that. We have the ability to have that type of power. We don't exercise it because everything's a joke, everything's funny, until it happens to someone that you actually like. Then it becomes too serious. And I don't know. It's just like I like DaBaby. I listen to like a lot of his songs. Like Off the Rip is my favorite song of his, and I don't know why, but I listen to it all the time. But he needs to be held accountable. He needs to see that this shit that he's doing, it's not gonna fly. And the little scuffle when people talking about like DaBaby beat him down and all that stuff, that didn't even happen. Like, did you watch the video? DaBaby probably landed one punch, and then like I would say after the one punch, the dude went on to the lane and started slipping and sliding, and then that's when like the group or the security came in, and it was just a whole lot of mess. And then you had the stuff against DaBaby versus Danny Lay. I don't feel sorry for her one bit, because don't forget it was only a year ago that Yellow Bone was What Do You Want, like literally only a year ago. And then I feel sorry for the child involved, because it's like, it's a whole lot of nothing, and it makes no sense. And I'm really saying for us, for black men, for us to protect our image, we might have to put DaBaby in timeout for a longer period of time. Like, until he can honestly get this stuff together, we should be like saying that no, he can't do that, and we should be really be holding his feet to the fire instead of just keep giving them passes. Like, as a grown man who has this much power and this much responsibility, because whether you like it or not, when you reach that type of level, you have power and you have responsibility, and how you do it really does determine the next outcome. Like, people look up to you. That's what I'm saying. Set a proper example. Like, literally, like, I know, like, I laughed at the when DaBaby beat up Cam Cohart in the Louis Vuitton story. Like, I'm laughing about it now. If you haven't seen that video, watch, type in YouTube, DaBaby beats up Cam Cohart. Rest in peace to Cam Cohart, because he ended up dying last year. I think he died from COVID or something like that. But he is dead. So rest in peace to Cam Cohart. But but you hear about this stuff all the time. Even DaBaby killing somebody in Walmart. Just like DaBaby fighting somebody in the airport. He actually ended up getting in trouble for that one. DaBaby beating up promoters and all this stuff. Like, no one holds this man accountable. The LGBT community did, but since it has nothing to do with them anymore, they don't give a fuck. White people don't give a fuck because we don't give a fuck. Like, we have to give a fuck, and we have to start doing things. Not just DaBaby. DaBaby is just the latest example of all this bullshit. We have to start holding everyone accountable, because we can't say you're a representation of us and then they go and act a fool, and then we wonder why people don't treat us with respect or only see us as a clown show. Because the people who represent us, they put on clown shows. So what are you going to expect? I would expect the same thing. I guess it plays into like racial stereotypes. Like, for instance, I watch a lot of kung fu movies. Part of me does think that every Asian American I know probably knows kung fu, but that it's probably a good thing, because it probably stops people from fucking with them. But that's just like, you are what you portray, and we have some of our top entertainers in this industry. They portray themselves as nothing more than clowns, immature assholes, and then that's what people are expecting from us. I just think it's time for a change. We can't sit here and beg for respect, but we're not doing everything to get respect, and that also means holding each other accountable. DaBaby should be no different, and I'm just using him as an example. Future is another one. Hell, even Drake. But I don't know, like, the masses won't do it. I just hope one day they do. Other than that, take care. I love you. Peace.